All right, we're going to hit the NFC East. I've been waiting for this all week. I can't wait. Your team, the Cowboys. The Philly bandwagon started in mid-July with the Sharps. House, I knew we were all in trouble with Philly bets when House went in early on a giant Philly division bet. And the odds have moved.
Gigantic Philly. Yeah,
giant Eagles bet.
Yeah.
So the Eagles odds, they are now plus 145 for the division.
Look at it. We're starting with the Eagles.
Well, I'm going to get to Dallas. I'm just giving you the odds. Over under for them is 9.5 minus 145 action. First seed on Sunday, they were 16-1 to be the first seed. Now they're 10-1. Their playoffs is almost up to 2-1 on FanDuel. It's minus 198. 10 plus wins is minus 130. And they won 9 games last year.
Yeah.
So the case for them would be, how are they not one win better? With all the stuff they've done. They nailed their draft pick, Davis. Mm-hmm. They traded for A.J. Brown. They got the cornerback from New Orleans that everybody likes. Another year with Hurts. So just irrespective of Dallas, I think they are a 10-win team over. Now the question is, what's going on with your team?
Can I ask the question? Why couldn't they get more than 9? All right, but I think it was a stretch that they got 9 last year. But go ahead, finish up.
Your team.
Yeah.
I think Philly gets to at least 10. Mm-hmm. Your team's over-under is 10.5. Mm-hmm. It is now plus 105 to bet the over on the 10.5. Not a lot of believers.
Right.
Can your team get to 10 wins? You lost your left tackle until at least December, Tyron Smith. Mm-hmm. I wasn't crazy about your offensive line before that happened. They have CD Lamb moved into the number one receiver spot.
Crazy about offense.
I don't think you were crazy about it either.
It was average. I think it was overblown because I think like the Steelers defense, the Cowboys offensive line is great for 3 years longer than it actually is.
Right.
So I think that's kind of thing. But you're right about that. Look,
you lost Gregory and you lost Cooper.
Is closed a little bit, but I still think the Cowboys are better. Just go offensively, position by position. Maybe the Phillies are deeper. Maybe they got the best Georgia guys on defense to stuff the run and the big hogs on defense. But the Cowboys defense went down 10 points per game last year. Offensively, you'd rather have Prescott than Hurts. You'd rather have the Pollard Elliott combination than Sanders, right? Sanders is okay. A.J. Brown, CD Lamb, I think is a wash. The tight end, I think, is about. I think I like Dalton Schultz.
But Philly's offensive line is way better than Dallas' offensive line. That's the one difference.
Okay, that's fine. But it was, and they still won 10, 12 games last year. I know it hurts.
So you lost three elite guys from last year.
Yeah. Did
you add any elite guys?
No, we didn't add any. We took the Tulsa guy who led the country in penalties. So that's going to be a problem. But and it looks like he hasn't learned any lessons.
And you also had a coach that everyone thought was going to fire last year. Get fired.
I wish
he's back.
I can only shit on Nick Sirianni so much when I have Mike McCarthy, right? But I'm going to go Cowboys under. Keep it at 10-7. I do think they win exactly 10. And I have the Eagles under also at 9-8. That's how we do it.
Okay. I have the Eagles under.
You have the Eagles under.
No. I'm sorry. I have Dallas under.
Yeah.
I have the Eagles over, and the Eagles, I think, is one of my locks.
I do worry about Diggs had 11 interceptions, and once you dig into it, but
the interception luck, that's kind of
lucky.
Thing.
It's a luck. Like the best interception guys have 4 or 5, and to have 11 is right place, right time, or right tip ball, right time. We open with Tampa and Cincinnati, 2 division winners, but then Giants, Washington, Rams. Cowboys are tied for the easiest strength of schedule. I think they get it together and get to 10.
More likely, they go 12-5, or Mike McCarthy is fired by week 7. If you have to bet on one.
Wow, that's a good one. I just don't think Jair has it in him to dismiss anyone so early.
He's weirdly loyal.
What the hell's going on? Does he think he's going to live to? Maybe he figures he's going to live to 105. And he's got this worked out.
Sean Payton's going to be your coach next year.
Yeah.
It just feels like that's where we're going?
Yeah. I think he can swallow his pride, Jerry, and hire him already.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I have over for Philly. Just FYI. The rest of this division.
Here's can I just say one thing? I'm just not a Hurts guy. I honestly think I think Gardner Minshew could win 5 games with this team coming in, mopping up. Hurts is you could have the best mac and cheese, the best mashed potatoes. You could have the best sides there. But if you're serving fried rabbit shit as an encore, that's still your plate right there. So
I don't love Hurts either. And we bet on Tampa in the playoffs, and they just demolished Hurts. And it was one of those moments where I think I just checked out on him as ever being a successful playoff QB, but I don't think that matters in the regular season. We saw Tannehill get to a 1 seed last year. And Hurts...
What is he at? Like
Hurts
24
ran for
touchdowns,
700 yards
13
last year.
interceptions. Like 24-13, I think, is his passing stats. And when he runs, he busts his ankle, it seems like. I don't know.
Our Ringer fantasy rankings, he was 7th out of the QBs.
Yeah.
Like he was ahead of Joe Burrow because of the rushing yards.
Sure.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Washington, we don't have to spend a lot of time on them. I got under for them. 8.5, I think, is the weirdest over-under in the league.
Yeah.
I don't get it at all.
Is that what the Browns were too? It's similar.
Yeah, you're right. That's the weirdest
They both
AFC.
shouldn't be 8.5.
This is a resounding under to me. I like the 6 or less wins bet for them at plus 210. Wentz, I can't imagine Wentz is in the NFL by the end of the season. I just feel like this will be it.
Isn't last place like plus 250?
You could bet on the exact record.
I like that too. And I think Ron Rivera, his best years are behind him. I think.
Well, here's another thing. You mentioned the Chargers' lack of home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Who has a worse home field advantage than Washington?
Right. Yeah.
House is calling them the C words. He's a Washington fan. He calls them the Washington C words. But every home game, it's going to be just complete apathy or fans from the other team or people who went because the tickets were $1.
Right.
Nobody's going to those games.
The thing is, they do have winnable. If you just look at this guy, they have winnable games. I think they have, the 3 extras are at San Francisco, Atlanta, and Cleveland. They have 4 games versus teams where they have a plus 3-day rest advantage, which is
they were a big rest advantage team. Yeah. Well, one thing with them, reason why I was thinking of betting the under with them, they have the Giants in week 13, bye week, Giants in week
again.
15.
Yeah, it's weird.
So if they're right around that number, you could probably hedge in some sort of way. And knowing me, I would probably do it incorrectly. But I have a strong under for them.
Yep, 7-10 for me.
And then the Giants, I got excited early July because it seemed like your team was in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there with Philly yet. I was like, maybe it's the Giants. New coach, Dayball comes in, just kicking ass. He becomes like this revolutionary, like when McVay went to the Rams and just flipped them around. They're going to be bad.
You think so?
I do.
I have them getting to 8.
You do?
But they've had a weird week, right? Like Thibodeau goes down to that injury. He should be okay eventually. And then like there's clips of Galladay not blocking, so he still sucks. And then what was the thing the other day? Oh, they carted like Tyrod Taylor off. So
and then the receivers, because people are like, Tony. It's like, all right, if Tony plays 8 games, that's going to be a miracle. That guy gets hurt every week.
Mm-hmm.
Galladay, who they spent all that money on, people were wondering if he was going to get waived.
And the Kentucky receiver.
We did a big fantasy pod on Tuesday, and I think Heifetz was saying how if he had to pick anyone on the Giants to get fantasy points, it would be Wendell Robinson, the rookie. That's where the Giants are. With this little receiver is going to lead them in receiving.
Yeah.
So I think under
it's
is
weird
safe
when
with
you look at the what is Barkley around 850? All those guys are around 850.
Did you bet any overs for props this year?
No, I'm doing unders.
Unders is the move.
I was saying this. Like if I had a brokerage where I just took, hedge fund, like kind of like millions of dollars from people, we would probably waste it on money line parlays. But the smart thing to do, I swear to you, is bet all, especially running backs, but wide receivers, all under their rush total. I promise by week 12, you'll have 20 in already.
Right. You do 50 under bets and you'll probably go 35 and 50.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm with you. So you are over on the Giants.
I went 8 and 9. Yeah, 7.5 is a little suspicious, but I kind of like it. I like what they did. And they're added 3 games or at Seattle and Carolina and home for Baltimore.
Knowing you'll bet on this, and the Giants will be 7-9 heading into week 18, and the Chargers doctor is going to stab Tyrod Taylor again. That'll be it. He'll get knocked out.
He'd be lucky. They only have 4 playoff teams from last year they play. And 2 of them are Dallas and
I try to talk myself into it, and I just don't think they have the talent. It's really tough when you miss some drafts.